Hello, everybody. So we're going to TR3 production meeting. Seventeenth of Jan. Let's start inviting people into the meeting. Here we go. People are there. There's Catherine. Here we go. This is the meeting. Come on. Come on now. Well, let's get people in and we'll have this argument.
Well done.
You look like we're recording, by the way.
I look like what? A maze ball.
Before you dab that makeup like Coco the clown.
I didn't anticipate how long I would take in the shower. So
What I would like,
you don't get upset.
What I can I invite play sound enable. We're recording, by the way, everybody. What I would like to ask you, Catherine, is why do you feel it's acceptable if we can see Mandy's camera?
Yes, we can.
That means a child has escaped. Or she sold him on eBay.
He's still asleep.
Everyone, start your cameras if you feel comfortable. If you don't, I was just asking Catherine why she feels it acceptable to join the meeting at 11 o'clock with all of you lot instead of coming in early.
I was here at 5:02 actually, waiting to be let
in.
So
you weren't.
I actually was. I was, wasn't I, kids? Yes. See.
Oh, if your kids say so. Let's see. I'm just gonna. If you've not got your, I'm gonna ask you to turn your cameras on. If you don't want to turn your cameras on, absolutely no pressure to do so. Catherine, do you want to? We're recording this, by the way. Lovely to see those of you that we can see. I'll keep an eye on the because I always ignore people that come in late. So I'm just going to keep an eye on people now. Catherine,
by the way, dear colleague, I should point out that we can see the reflection of your screen in your glasses. So if you are going to be playing Tetris or anything extra, just be careful.
I am sat here with my heated blanket, living the dream. I'm not playing Tetris. I am focused 100% on this. Would you like to explain? Because we've got some new faces here. We've got some regulars. Look, James is either a really tiny man or has a huge studio. Catherine, would you like to explain what this is, how this works, and what we'll be doing for the next 45 minutes, hour or so?
So it's been a little while, but we've been trying to do these on a regular basis every month. And it just is our way of being able to pick your brains, really, and also make sure that we're on the right track, because we're kind of in uncharted territory as far as we're concerned. Now we're on Twitch. So we just want to check in with you and find out what's working for you, what isn't so much, and try and find a sort of constructive way of sorting things out so we can give you the best show possible. We've had some brilliant ideas over the time, and we do take them on board, don't we, Iain?
We take them on board. I have a Word document open. Word isn't on the computer anymore. It's in the what do they call the air, the cloud. So I don't quite understand it. But yeah, so we take notes. So if you have suggestions and ideas, things you think that we could tinker with. We kind of prefer, suggestions for new things as opposed to we thought that was shit. But whatever, we'll take it all on board, and we don't genuinely listen, and we try and incorporate as. When we started this, it was like, we promise we will do one idea that you lot come up with, and then a lot of the ideas were brilliant. So we thought people would just come in and give us rubbish ideas.
Gafford's not here today, so it should be good ideas all the way around.
Well said, Pete.
Here's Pete, who disowned. The puppet show was Pete's idea, and he disowned it.
I don't think so. I think I waffled something about a constructed sort of situation, and then you said puppets, and you were like, "Oh yeah, so you mean puppets?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?"
And then you saw it and went, "Nah, it wasn't my idea."
I think it was a great idea, and if you could do it without getting too hard, I think it would work really well. That's my
Pete then. Thank you, Alistair. We are one little bit of news is we're going to try, certainly for the next week or so, starting at 8 o'clock and going for an extra hour, because we've been doing we've been starting about 8:30 just because Kath's been here and I've been bored of watching dinner dates, and so I say, should we go and start now? And we're doing that and quite enjoying it. So we are going to this week definitely. We're going to start at 8 o'clock. Aim to finish around midnight-ish with a little bit of flexibility, and just see how that goes. And we're doing it for a few reasons. One is Twitch have kind of contracted us to do 60 hours, and we're sort of just barely doing the minimum. So we want to try and do a bit more. But also it means if for whatever reason we're tired or we can't be bothered or something comes up, it means we can take a night off guilt-free and without going, oh my God, we've got to make up those 3 hours. It will already be in the bank, so to speak. So that's going to start this week, and we'll see how that goes. Does anybody have any suggestion? And it's lovely to see you, by the way. And if you are a tier 3, thank you so much for your support, because I'm aware it's a lot of money, and Catherine and I are aware these are strange times. So thank you. We hope that this little thing somehow goes to say thank you. And mods, we salute you. Salute them, Catherine, like we rehearsed. We salute you. You have had some task last week. there was a lot of finger clicking going on, and we've seen the comments that they put in when they want to come be unblocked, and some people are assholes, and that you deal with them with class, with dignity. Oh, hang on, James Superfan is calling me. James,
hey,
why aren't you in the meeting?
I'm waiting. It says the meeting host will let me in soon.
Are you in Corn walking in a winter wonderland?
No. Oh, hold on. It's service.
Can you hear him?
Yeah. Yes.
Unbelievable. Not such a super fan.
Oh, I'm in.
Are you in? You're corn walking in a winter wonderland. I did try and let you in earlier.
He did, and then he left.
Goodbye. What has been funny is I've had, because I've got Skype on my phone now, I've been getting so many phone calls from people outside of office hours who genuinely think it's my home phone number. So we're going to keep that line going, because that's delicious. And I've had a couple of people.
Put it on a forum saying,
well, digital spy went, surely you can come up with a second phone number. And then Nikki, who has been one of our great contributors during the quiz, tweeted me saying, Iain, just disconnect the phone when you're not on air. So we're going to keep that myth up. There isn't a way of handily record. I was kind of thinking of recording any calls I get in out of hours, but there's not really a very convenient way of doing it, so I won't. So we'll keep that going. James, lovely to see you.
Oh, thank you. No, thanks.
James and Stratham. Gemma, lovely to see you at whatever ridiculous time it is in the morning over there. And I'm really aware that this does not fit in with your schedule. So I'm going to make the commitment that the next one of these we do is going to be in the afternoon UK time.
Even earlier.
Oh, lovely.
For you. Just for you, John. Would anyone like to go first?
I have something.
Would anyone important like to go Peter.
Wow.
Go on, Pete.
I think at least one day a week, Iain should wear just enough makeup or something that someone will get annoyed by it and ring in. Just a little bit of lippy, that maybe one week, maybe a bit of eyeliner the next.
Eyeliner.
The outrage about the nail varnish, something I was feeling quite self-conscious about anyway. But the outrage from that guy who wasn't angry but was very angry, that was a real eye-opener for me.
I find it staggering that so many apparently young men have got such a fragile grip on what it is to be masculine. Gosh, it's quite an eye-opener, isn't it?
I would love to have found out what where his actual point would have gone if we hadn't have got, I don't want to say sidetrack because that's dismissive, but if his blatant disregard, though his blatant arrogance at telling Catherine why she wore makeup hadn't if he hadn't have pushed that to the front, we never actually found out, his thing. But
I suspect he was going straight for homophobia, but okay.
I suspect that was probably the case, but it still created one of the greatest things. I did say ages ago, do you remember, Catherine? I mentioned months ago about, it would be nice to wear a bit of makeup, for me to wear a bit of makeup on the stream and just never mention it.
Yeah.
So
I do that.
I'm not averse to that, Pete. I don't know if we do it once a week. I think there's definitely something in doing it. But doing it, because I flipping loved wearing that nail varnish. I loved it. What fun. And my boys saw it and they went, oh my gosh, look at your fingers. That's amazing. Which is the perfect reaction. So I'm not averse to doing it, but doing it like properly, subtly, properly. So it's not, like
Aunt Sally.
Yeah, not like Aunt Sally. That was exactly it. It's done, subtly, properly. And also, I'd be keen to see what it's like. I don't think it would necessarily appeal to me on a personal level as much as the nails do. But I'm up for that. I'm up for that. And
the Aunt Sally approach has its advantages too, though.
Well, maybe Catherine should go Aunt Sally.
Worse.
What do you mean, like I don't already?
You could try different parts of your body in at different times. See which
TOS.
As we found out, you can't show nipples. As long as you don't sexualize the nipples, and you certainly can't show fake willies.
No nipple tassels. What you could do is do a man, a guy liner tutorial or something. We could follow one on YouTube.
I like the idea of initially just appearing. And like with the nails, we didn't mention it, and we just didn't mention it. There's more people coming in. Look, sorry, let me.
The thing is, with the nails, it wasn't a deliberately provocative act, but now we've found that there is a thing there.
I just said I fancied it, and you said, "Oh, I'll come and do it for you if you want," and that was it. That was
it. Reverse engineer it from full on Tootsie to just like the hint of a guy liner.
But going back to the thing Catherine said at the time was, would you say this to someone just walking down the street?
Yeah,
it's sort of going back to that kind of thing of about anything really. It's the
depressing thing is that they probably would.
Yeah, well, they would
possibly if they were with their friends, because I do feel like there was quite a little bit of performance going on.
I wondered if he was on something, Ian. I don't know what you thought.
Well, if he was on something, I just think he was an angry young man.
Yeah, he's so an easy target.
He was an angry young man who was horrified. Who goes on to Twitch to watch gaming and was horrified to see a middle-aged man with dark nails. That was my vibe. Good morning, Jenny.
Morning. Sorry. I did that again. Hello. So there you are. That's Jenny saying hello.
Morning, Jenny. I am horrified that this man on my Zoom meeting is using a woman's name. Well, we're just talking about the nail.
Are you witness protection today, Gafford? What's going on?
So I'm at my mum's, so I'm using her laptop.
Hello, Mum.
Ian says hello. Oh, she can hear you. She's doing Sunday lunch, so she's a bit busy.
Oh, what are you having today?
Chicken stuffing, roast potatoes, carrots, broccoli, gravy. What time are you coming around?
All round to Jenny's house, my gosh. I've got a Morrison's ready meal sausage and mash. Anyway.
He's actually thinking about saving you some now. So
no,
stop
don't. You enjoy it, Jenny. That sounds absolutely delicious. I'm going to do a roast next week. I think I'm getting back into. Anyway, we're going off on tangent.
Sorry, yes, nailed.
Pete, genuinely a great idea. I've jotted it down. Do you have any other ideas?
No, I think open the rest of the floor.
Why are you making me laugh so much today, Pete?
Maybe because you can't see me.
That would be it. That would be yes. I'm conjuring up a funny image in my head. Gatford, you anything?
Well, only to reiterate the idea about going for gold on a Wednesday to mess around with the quiz format a little bit.
Yeah.
So to do the thing where the person has to answer the question that was asked before.
I love that. Like
and also
the two Ronnie sketch.
Yeah, and also to go with the idea that I think someone else put, I can't remember where they put it, but to make the characters dress up one week as characters from a European country.
I love it. Casual racism is my
I think
favorite.
that was me. I said accents specifically.
Yeah, but I think accents might be a bit tricky, but dressing up like, put a bag, a ring of onions around your neck and wear a beret to be from France.
So that's fine. Yeah. Accents could be problematic, but onions around the neck.
A visual racism is better than verbal racism, as we all know.
Does I volunteer for some Germany?
No blacking up though.
No. I think not blacking up is racist in this instance because we are excluding people of colour.
I asked my friends to stream in full-on blackface for my birthday, but none of them were on board.
Well, good. I'm glad, James. Blimey.
Lots of them's friends.
You've opened a can of worms.
Am I lopsided? Am I not lopsided? It seems a bit strange.
I like that, Gatford, and we've already talked about Catherine. I mentioned that answering the question before, and we've already talked about. It was literally just off the hoof off the cuff on Wednesday or Thursday, whenever we did it. And yeah, we'd not want it to be a quiz, where it's.
Yeah, you want to mess around with it a bit.
We want to mess around with it, so it'll be games. I like the drawing round.
Yeah.
I like the person who can say the P word. I like silly stuff like that. So I think that would take a little bit of prep from me and Catherine, which I think we could do. We just make it a bit more fun. But the concept.
Could you do a full-on Henry Kelly, Ian?
Catherine can be Henry Kelly. I've got to show you guys. Big Boy's just turned up out there.
Oh wow!
Look at him. He's such a weirdo.
I've had to. Big Boy will now come in the house if I take the cat flap off. Which means, so I've done it. But he came in earlier, but he won't come in now. But see, he's going to sit there and shout.
Did you get my stinger?
Sorry?
Did you get my stinger? I emailed you a going for gold stinger.
Oh, who? Oh no, because Lino emailed us something. I don't know if I did.
Yeah, I emailed you that night. Just a quick stinger with your transition on.
Oh, do you know what? Here we go. You did actually. Why didn't I open that?
Just spite and peevishness.
I got that. If I knew how to share the screen. Oh, you can share screens on this, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Skype.
Well,
You're okay.
Sometimes.
Green button at the bottom.
Let me share the who what now? Share
the green
screen.
button
Right,
at
so
the bottom.
share screen. Oh, look at this. Right. So you should be able to see my screen. No, when I click this button, let me finish. Right, can you see that?
Yep.
Right.
No.
Yep.
Here we go. So this is what was sent. Oh, is that it? There we go.
Buffering.
Here we go. If you can do that, and if you can add Catherine as well,
yeah, no
we'll
problem.
have that. We'll have that. That's hilarious.
That was just like a 10-second.
Mate, if you can do that and add Catherine as well,
sure,
we'll have that. And just a picture of Sinjin. That's brilliant, James. Thank you. I love that. That's wicked.
I think if you can get you and a short videos to him of you and Catherine waving, and if he can
do that. Yeah, do that.
Yeah. All right, we'll do that. We'll send you, Kath, if you can film yourself on your phone waving, and I'll do the same, and we'll send it to James. That's brilliant. Oh, mate, that's brilliant. Thank you. Gatters, do you have?
So, yeah, just so you know, I do all sort of editing and Photoshop and After Effects. If you need anything, just hit me up.
Terrible at that stuff, so that would be great. Gatford, do you have anything else?
Yeah, just one last thing was maybe using some of the people that have provided rounds for the quiz could provide rounds for going for gold.
I like that.
Because it takes some of the onus off of you. You can just do the presenting side of it, you two, and other people can provide the quiz rounds. And as you say,
What
they
is
can
going
be.
for gold?
Oh dear Lord.
Oh, Amy, she's so young.
Yeah.
So
dear.
young, bless her.
About mods.
Unmod.
Mods.
What? Hey, come on.
What did you used to
Going for
watch
gold. So
after
going for, are you
Neighbours
aware of
off
the,
on
the old quiz show Going for
afternoon?
Gold, Amy?
Yeah, but what do you do?
Well, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Are you aware of the old quiz show Going for Gold?
No.
Right. So basically, it was like a pro-European quiz show from the 80s and 90s, I think, where it was all done in English, but you'd have people from different European countries, and you start off with 6, then you'd eliminate people over the rounds until it was head-to-head at the end. And we tried it this week. We are thinking on the Wednesday show, doing like a Going for Gold thing, where we get 4, 5, 6 contestants on Zoom so we can see them. And we have silly rounds, and then we get down to a final, and then we have a winner, and we'll send them some merch or something like that. We'll find something that we can send them. So it's just like a silly quiz that me and Catherine would host, and we do it on Zoom.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Gatford, those are excellent ideas. Amy,
That's me done.
Catherine, where would you like to go to next? These are brilliant, by the way. And don't feel bad if you don't have anything. It's all good.
I'd like to speak to Kate. Hey, Kate.
I had my game show wave ready on it.
Yay! They're the best.
Yeah, I haven't actually got much this month.
Okay.
But because the last like 2 nights have been fire. I mean, I'm still struggling with the tiredness now. I haven't slept for like I don't usually stay up till the end of the show. I'll watch it the next morning. But I just like to say, yes, the last 2 nights have been amazing. The home phone number thing is triggering something in some people that's just awesome.
It is.
But,
still not quite got the wording right.
No.
There's going to be a phrase. If anyone has ideas, the shorter the better. But yeah, you're right. That has really got something cooking with people, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You could maybe play on the fact, pretending that that it was a mistake to give that number and you no longer want it out there, but then plant someone like myself who gives it out subtly.
Oh, well, this is the thing. You can give it out subtly anyway. Post it on forums, right? So, if you want to say the bloke from I'm a Celebrity, he's stupidly put his phone number out. I'm doing a nice thing on Twitter where I'm saying, this is my home phone number. This is what the show is. Then I've retweeted it saying, guys, please only call during show hours. And then at some point I'm going to do it right. I don't want anyone to call anymore. This is not, please. This is,
yeah.
And that will get people angry and they'll keep coming. But yeah, all of you feel free to write it on toilet walls if that's still a thing. Share it in forums. Say that idiot who stole the strawberries, this is his actual phone number. Why don't you call it and see what happens, or call it and leave a message?
Can you have your actual home phone number, Iain?
I don't have a home phone. I don't know what my home phone number is. I've got one, but I don't know what it is. I haven't got a home phone. But it's my Skype number. So
I'm only joking.
Alistair.
Don't want your home phone number.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I don't have a home phone number. I've got one. I don't know what it is. Anyway, Kate, thank you very much. If you have nothing else to say, and again, no one please feel bad about not bringing stuff. Kate was particularly idea heavy last time, so thank you for that. Let's go to Mandy, who we can see for the first time, which is lovely. Hello, Mandy. Guys, this is a mod you should all be looking up to. She don't take no shit from nobody.
I love it.
I try not to. Yeah, I've got a couple of ideas. You're ordained, aren't you, Iain?
I am ordained, yes, I think it's the Universal Church of Life.
So could you do Twitch weddings? I know.
Oh, good.
Oh, really? Oh, you like that? Yeah.
Oh, that's my face of pleasure. It's confusing, I know, but yeah, no, that's brilliant. Great. When we were going to go to America a second time, and I think I can only legally do them in America, but we were going to go and try and do a wedding in America if we ever got there again, but we can do a Twitch.
I'm pretty sure there's a Twitch loophole because it's owned by Americans. I'm pretty sure that means it's America.
We can definitely do a Twitch wedding. Of course we can. That's a brilliant idea, Mandy. That's a whole show. That's a whole show, and we choose like the best man. And that's brilliant. Yes. That's great.
And then, of course, if it all goes wrong, we've got Gregorian.
The Twitch.
Be some good advertising. Yeah.
I love it.
People can do the speeches.
Yeah, people can do the speeches. We'll have we could just have a random drunk person in the corner that no one knows who they are. That's a great idea.
That'd be me.
I could sing at the wedding.
James is the wedding singer. This is great. This is great.
Point of order.
I'll make a cake.
Thank you.
Where is Mr. Gregorian today? He's slacking.
He's been very quiet recently. I've not seen much of.
I don't think he likes you anymore. I think.
But that's always my concern. That one day I'll go, what the hell have I been doing sponsoring this rubbish for a year? Mandy, anything else?
I was thinking maybe some kind of stars in your eyes type thing.
Go on.
Got me all over it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would work. People
do that with like music and stuff.
Yeah.
We could find a way. Yes.
What about Twitch Sings?
Twitch Sings, I think they're closed now, haven't they?
Yeah.
Got rid of it. Stars in their eyes. I tell you what that taps into, and what was Gatford was saying. I do like what was one of the funniest things that's been on the show, and it was very little to do with us, was the Hudo when everyone dressed up. I love seeing people like really going to town. You know, Alice, everyone that did it. It was so funny and so unexpected that they would go to such lengths. So we can do a stars in their eyes, and they have to, and we give them like a week's notice, and we get the contestants, you know, and they have a week to get all the gear together. That's a brilliant idea.
Can I use my smoke machine again?
Not in my house. It lingers in my bedroom for like weeks, like a cloud.
Oh, it would be worth it though.
Yes, but you have to do it outside, Kath.
You have to do it
outside.
You do it out the window.
Laser beams.
You can use
laser beams.
You can use your smoke machine and lasers. That's a great idea, Mandy.
Thank you.
Do you have
That's
anything
all I
else?
got. Oh, I did think of something. I don't know if it'd work though. How about having a show with no camera, without you on camera?
Catherine?
But I can't think of what you would put on the camera other than the callers.
We talked about that, didn't we, Bonnie?
Yeah, because we sort of did a little thing like that. Do you remember when we were playing that black and white film and it got a little bit spacey and?
Yeah, and we were showing black and white films while the calls were on. Here's the thing: we've talked about it, and I would love to do it, and I just keep bottling it. I nearly did it the other day for something. I think the camera was broken, and then it kind of kicked in, and I keep going to do it, and then I keep bottling it. And the fact that I'm scared to do it means it's got to be worth doing. I don't know if we can do a whole show, but I reckon an hour.
I spoke to some old listeners who still miss you being on the radio. They Twitch isn't for them, and they're aware that you're doing a different medium. So an hour or a slot where you're not on camera, where you could say to people, just turn up and tune in like it was a radio, might bring some more people back who have dismissed Twitch as something visual.
Yeah. All right. God, I'm keen to know who those people are, but I don't want to know.
I'll message you.
No, don't, because I'll get resentments, and it's fine. Catherine, I do like the just blank screen, but it scares me.
Yeah, blank screen or like a close up on a lava lamp or something.
And here's the thing, right? Don't matter. All right, that's on the list. Thank you, Mandy. Catherine, where would you like to go to next?
Jimbo.
So, building on the pantomime that never was.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. You put so much work into that.
It's all good. I was thinking, and it fits in with the dressing up thing you were saying. We could do auditions for like doing recreations of films or TV programs that you're going to do on Zoom. So you have a night of doing auditions, then we give them time to get their costumes, and then recreate something from Godfather or Lost or whatever.
Yep, love it.
And the other one was more cats.
Or cats. I'm noting that down.
And maybe some kind of indicator of where the big boy's been that day.
The last thing Iain needs is more cats.
I have been thinking for ages of just having like a cat cam. I've kind of scaled back on the bonus cameras.
That's a great idea.
But you have a cat cam, and I wanted to have like their food bowls on a green screen, which would be easy to do. Just put a bit of green underneath it, and just so it'd be like the cats would be like in space eating their food. Yeah, let's do a cat cam. Cat cam's happening.
What about a cat tracker, so you can actually see where it's gone?
I looked at trackers; they're massive. I looked at when I first got the cats here, was putting a camera on their back, but all the cameras for cats are really, really huge. You can't get like a tiny little thing, and my cats would lose, and they're really expensive. So, no. Is the thing to that, because I've looked into that.
I mean, we could attach one to Willow, but she moves from the scratcher to the food bowl and then back to the scratcher. That's pretty much it.
If anyone finds a tiny cat cam that you can just, I mean, they don't even wear collars. That's the problem. Maybe you could get it screwed in. I don't know. Right.
I'm on it. I'm Googling tiny pussy cam as we speak.
Oh, dear God, Pete. Now we know why your camera's off. Jim, fantastic. Anything else? Thank you, Jim. Lots of love to Jenna, who I'm waving to, and there we go.
Over there.
Hello, Jenna. She's welcome to come and join our meetings, if she ever wants to. Of course she is. I am going to go to James. James, do you have any suggestions for us, players?
Well, I was moving on from when I did that song the other night. I was quite sort of interested in discussing when you said, "Oh, you threw to judges' houses again," something like a talent show aspect of it. But yeah, like you said, with like the X Factor style sort of thing, or the Stars in Their Eyes, which probably lend more creative value to it with the Stars in Their Eyes for sort of.
We did. Now you're new to us.
Yes.
We did a talent show before Christmas, and it was probably the most successful stream we've ever done,
Really?
and it was delightful. In fact, I believe, if I can just scan, our second place contestant is here. Ollie, well done. Or still talks about. It was really good, James. We had a mixture of amazing singers. The winner was this amazing singer from Canada who'd just seen, and we gave away cash prizes.
Yeah.
And so that was the first place, was this incredible singer, and then second place was Ollie.
No. I got third.
I'm so sorry.
You're rubbing salt in my wounds.
Ollie came third and won, I believe, £150.
Yeah,
for simply shoving as many frazzles as they could into their mouth.
I'm still cross about that.
Who came second?
Not frazzles. Come on.
Wasn't it the
Kid Bush?
father and son, father and daughter, wasn't it?
Wuthering Heights.
Father and daughter dancing to Kate Bush. So we've done the talent show. We're going to do it again. I think we're probably going to do that in the summer. But cool. I do think this Stars in Their Eyes has got something.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I could do the Peter Dixon voiceover as well if you like.
You still got that Welsh accent though, James.
Sound like more like Tom Jones.
Thank you. There'll be more from Terry same time tomorrow. We can do the pop master and Ken Bruce, of course.
Anything else, James?
No, to be honest, obviously, because I'm quite new to the stream, and I sort of haven't got that much to input now because I've got to sort of feel the ground of it. I do, a big part of my business is internet sort of marketing and design and sort of reverse engineering and the social side of things. So I sort of take everything in, and I'll probably have some great ideas for you next time. And also what you mentioned about the about Mallorca as well, that's definitely an option. And I do have another thing that I could possibly talk to you about as well. I don't know if you're familiar with a company called 7 Days Performance, which is a car raffle company.
Oh.
Very good company. I've just delivered a huge digital project for them, and we could have a chat about something, doing a little bit of work for us. So
beautiful.
Let's
have a chat about them, and then when things are back to normal, we'll come and do the show from Mallorca.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean,
Arj is doing a show every month, and I think the last time they did it, it was the biggest, the most profitable night of the show of the season, and I think what they did. We don't charge to get in normally, but they charged on the door, filled the place up, and they kept the money. They kept they kept all the fee, all the entry fee. Then I think he made about 6 or 8 grand that night. Euros though. So
James, it's lovely to have you on board, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much
for joining us in the week. It's appreciated. Catherine, this
I
is a
wanna hear
great
from-
session, by the way. Here's the thing as well. If I'm honest, I think we thought the first one of these might be a little bit of a chore. But this is so much fun. I love it. It's so lovely to kind of get any feedback.
Yeah.
But it's all of these ideas are great. And even if you think an idea you come up with is crap, there's a chance that we might hear something slightly different to what you're saying, and we can knock it into shape. But this is so much fun. What a lovely way to spend.
Sorry, can I just say there was one thing that I forgot?
Shut up, James! I'm talking. What a lovely. Go on, teaser. Go
on. I've always liked. Me and my mates have pissed around with it sometimes, like a quiz. But the answers are opinion based. So you could give a correct answer, and we say no. The answer is, and you give your own sort of fucked up version of it, really. And even if they come close, they're never going to get it right.
We did a similar thing the other day where it's like name the 5 best Bee Gees songs, and people were phoning in. No, you got that wrong. No, it's this, and this. So
do you watch Always Sunny?
Do
you watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I haven't seen that. No.
Watch the episode Chardy McDennis.
Okay.
Then you'd probably take something off that. It's a board game that they devised, and it's
brilliant. I'm writing it down.
Yeah, it's completely screwed up. But if you could devise something like that, I'm telling you, people would love that, and they'd relate to it as well. And you'd call it. The name comes from Chardy McDennis, so it's Charlie D Mac Dennis. So you do it from names like you to take a part of each person's name and call it that.
James, thank you very much indeed. Catherine,
I want to hear from Miss Gemma Ingram, and she's up so early.
Music. I would like some more. When you guys just pull out the guitar and just goof around, I really like that.
Okay.
Hang
So
on.
you're saying you'd like more of my original compositions?
Well, that yes, and other songs.
It was fun the other day when we were actually doing songs. I'm not, listen, I know about 6 chords on the guitar, but I'm quite, I'm able to look up chords and kind of copy them. And when we were just just pissing around, singing songs and taking requests, I really enjoyed that. That was fun.
So yeah, okay, we could do another campfire sing along.
I like that because it's just kind of nice and chilled, and it's the sort of thing that people of our age, that would have been, I was never that twat, but there was always someone at a party in our 20s who'd get the guitar out. It's quite good fun. It's quite good fun. It was you, was it, Lee?
It'd only be me.
All right, Gemma, we'll do more of that. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
It's lovely to see you. How are you doing? Can you remind all of these people that were late what time it is over there, please?
5-something, 5:30.
Okay, thank you, Pete. Thank you, Gatford. Thank you, everyone else that was late. Gemma, it's 5-something over there. Katarina Boyle, where would you like to go next?
Let's go, Paul Bodell.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I've only got one idea this month, rather, and I really like the sort of the structure around SOS, except we've got our days mapped out. But every now and again, I like a kind of a one-off themed special. That's probably evident by some of my previous suggestions. So what I was thinking, and a lot of what I'm thinking of has been talked about today, the special ingredients to a TLNA show is kind of singing, just general good-natured dickery, games, dressing up, quizzes, all that sort of stuff. So I was thinking we could sort of combine all of them and have some sort of like lockdown lock-in. And what I'm thinking is TLNA Cockney Lockdown Knees Up special. And where I'm thinking this could go would be Catherine, yourself, and Iain, obviously, would be our pearly king and queen. And in terms of how that should look, I'm not telling you how that should look, but I think you need to look no further than the front cover of the White Stripes album, Icky Thump, if you're familiar with that. So that's how I could kind of see that. And are you going to Google that now?
I'm Googling
Looking.
it.
White Stripes, Icky Thump.
Right, I'm in. I am in.
So, and then what I was thinking, it's probably going to be a long evening, but you could have themed games.
They're all long evenings, I'm afraid.
Yeah. So that's our Pearly King and Queen. You like it?
Yeah.
Me like it. I do like the Pearly. Of course, the Pearly King and Queen are my people. To Catherine, this is an alien.
I'm more brass bands.
Yeah. But these are my people. This is my kin. And
Ian's got to dress up as the woman and Kath as the man.
Catherine, if this will fill your fantasies, I will do it.
What I was thinking, I mean, you could have games, competitions, quizzes. We could have the best viewer, Pearly King, the best viewer, who's a Pearly Queen. We could, good East End songs. You could have a Cockney rhyme and slang quiz. Yeah. A jelly deals eating competition. Where this sort of kind of, this started in my mind. It was actually the evening that you had Kate Garner on. And that's where this started. I started to sort of get this vibe because she was brilliant, and perhaps is there an opportunity to get a guest on as well? Because she does a Sunday evening sort of music.
Okay, we'll come on again, definitely. We can probably get a real Pearly King and Queen on as well. Yeah, definitely. That'd be brilliant.
So that was my only idea this month.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Kath, that was you. I'm going to go to Ollie.
Hi.
Hello,
Hello. Right, I've got an idea, but I wanted to go over the makeup stuff again.
Yeah.
And I don't want to. I feel like I'm going to get booed. Like, oh, here comes the PC police kind of thing.
No, go.
But I think the nails work so well because it's what you wanted to do, and it was honest, it was true. But I feel like I'm a bit worried that it might go too far.
Yeah.
Where you're just doing it to make a joke.
Provoke a reaction.
And I think
fair point.
And I think when the joke becomes, oh, it's hilarious because it's a man being a woman, that's the fear for me. I know it probably wouldn't go that far or whatever like that, but
can I just say that what certainly wasn't what I was.
No,
it was more the reaction that the nails got. I think amused. The fact that those people were so annoyed.
Ian actually did wear eyeliner one week, and there were some comments, weren't there? But it was never mentioned, was it?
I did, didn't I? Point totally taken on board, Ollie, and we would not want to in any way do it to cause offence. My counter would be is that there is a part of me that would like to play around with it.
Yeah, if it's like an honest thing, I think it's totally, right. But when it's like, I don't know, like
Little Britain,
the comedy of like, hey, I'm dressing up as a woman today, isn't it?
No, but that's not it. That wouldn't be it, though.
No.
But I appreciate you pointing that out. And if we did do it, we would be certain to discuss between us why we're doing it.
Yeah.
And are we doing it because
I didn't really done Pete in it either.
Am I doing it because I'm keen to play around, which I am to a certain extent, or are we doing it for a cheap laugh? And if it were the latter,
no, but that's kind of why we said we wouldn't go down the sort of Aunt Sally type pantomime dame route. That's not where we're driving towards, is it?
But it's appreciated bringing it up. There is no one in this room who's going to think, shit, it's the PC brigade. If this were discussed on Twitch, then unfortunately, as you know, there would be. But that's what this is for, is that we can kick ideas around and no one gets judged and no one gets judged for putting forward their ideas or their attitudes towards other people's ideas. So thank you.
And I did that.
If there's no judgment, then I don't care.
Good.
I'm gonna glass up here, so I just
go on. Ollie.
I gave you that idea of the VR chat, doing a show from the VR chat one day.
Yeah, we can do that because you've got a headset, Catherine.
Yeah. But can you stand it for more than 15 minutes?
No,
just like a little segment of it.
Yeah, we couldn't. I couldn't do it for a whole show because I did the VR chat and it makes me nauseous. But we could do that. I need to make sure, because there's a real problem streaming audio from Oculus, and apparently it's quite a known thing. But I think I could get it. I think I would have to test it. That would be fun. And viewers who had it, which would not be many, but could come in and join us. I know Amy's got it because she bought my Oculus One off me to give to her dad for a Christmas present and then kept it herself.
Don't blame her, it's great.
So we can do that this week.
Could we not ask Richard Gregorian to buy the mods one? No.
Probably could. We probably could. Kath, bring your Oculus round this week.
All right.
First of all, let me just test to make sure that the audio and stuff. And then I think we do it towards the end of a show, because it is not the greatest visual streaming Oculus. So it might put some people off, but we'll do that this week. There we go.
If you need any audio help, just that's sort of my area.
Just getting the Quest to stream the audio. It's a known glitch in that headset, because I've been reading up about it. It's a bugger for it, but it is possible, and I got it to work 50% of the time last week. So yeah, nice one, Ollie. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Don't pull that face. That's a brilliant idea. That's an idea that's going to be implemented by this time next week. Catherine,
I want to hear from Alex.
Sorry, I was late.
Down there. Hello, Alex. One of our people that made me laugh so much. Pizza says in the chat, it doesn't feel right that there's no messages from Andy in the text chat. You're right. One of the people that made me laugh so much with the dressing up, that has really kind of inspired. I want more dressing up, so thank you.
Can you let Amy back in, please?
No.
Okay.
Where's she gone?
She disappeared. She's put something in the mod chat saying, please let her.
He's coming in. Alex, what would you like? And Catherine has walked off in disgust. Oh, Alex, you're muted.
Just to build on some of the stuff that's already been mentioned, really. As you get to the final two of the Going for Gold, we can put it out to the vote in the chat as well, so it's even more interactive.
Yeah.
Putting the final answer down to luck or something, so it might not even be the truth. It's what the chat decides is the answer.
There's something in having the chat vote on a question. And we have to trust the people aren't watching. We asked the chat this: what percentage said yes? The person closest gets it.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
The little triangle is still on the screen, and it's still white, and it's still something you can use. I know it comes up every few meetings. I'm just gonna say it again.
Yeah, the under the stairs. I don't know what we do with it.
I know. I don't have the answer. It's just like there's something in it. And if people stumble across the channel, it's always something that people are like, what's that white triangle? So just something to...
Part of me is tempted to paint green and use it as like just a weird little green screen triangle. Yeah. But then I've had to ask Catherine to stop bringing props round, because this is one of the things when I was away, shall we say, I was trying to work out things that make me happy and things that make me unhappy. And one of the things that makes me unhappy is just having so much work shit in my house. And so I've had to say to Catherine, can you stop bringing things around? Or if you do bring them around, take them home with you immediately, because I've got all the lights and all of that, and it's fine. But it was just suddenly getting more and more and more. But I don't know why I'm saying that. That was a private moment between Catherine and myself. Where
it's all right. I think it's fair enough. You work where you live. You can never escape from it. So I get it. I can keep it all in my boot, which I use for storage mostly anyway.
Yeah, well, we put that out to all of you. Then think about that white understair triangle. If there's anything that you can think we'll do, we'll mention it on the show as well, and maybe we'll make it a feature saying, look, we don't know what to do with this.
Well,
I don't know anything about this triangle.
I've not heard that before.
Say that, Alistair.
What's the white triangle thing?
You look at
the top of the stairs.
Don't tell him.
And in the corner next to Catherine's head, there's like a white triangle, and that's that's because the camera is under the stairs. So that's
right. Sorry, yeah.
And it's just, however I kind of however I set up the shot, I can't quite get rid of it. So
could you cover that in green fabric or something?
Iain just said that.
And then you can do green screen stuff with it.
Just
Can
say
you
that,
replace the staircase with a new one?
You
can replace the what?
Replace the whole staircase.
Get a fireman's
This
pole.
is when I moved the desk around to different parts of the room. God almighty, what a nightmare that was. And just couldn't find a shot that worked. So we will do something about Alex. Anything? Oh, by the way, listen, the meeting might close in a minute because I think I've gone back to the cheap Zoom. So in about 10 minutes, the meeting might close. If it does, just click on, I'll restart it, give it 30 seconds and click back on the link. Alex, anything else?
Yeah. The final one is the Uncle Alex chat to say, guys, never feel bad about finishing shows early. It has to feel natural. We're with you. Like, just do it. And also, I know you've mentioned it a few times, but sharing and being open and stuff, right? You don't owe us anything. The show is what you decide it to be. Like, it's like, we're fans first. Like, so just, if it doesn't feel right, pull it back. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You made me cry. Thank you, Alex. You made me cry. I hope you feel proud. Thank you, Alex. That's a lovely thing to say. And you are my favourite person in this meeting after Willow. Hello, Willow.
Willow's here for the treats and nothing else.
High five. Here we go. That's right. Catherine's taught her cat to high five. Do it again. There we go.
Good girl.
Right.
I haven't taught her. She's taught me how to give her dreamies.
Jameson Stratham.
Hello.
Hello, mate. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, good, thank you. I'm glad you used my hide and seek idea.
Oh, it was brilliant. I thought everyone was brilliant. I'd hoped we get a few more, but that clip of David Turner's as the lamp.
That was so funny.
Oh, it was brilliant. And Amy and the people that hid properly were brilliant. But it was worth it just for that idiot standing there with the lamp on his head.
That's exactly how I imagined it. But I was thinking like the absolute opposite of Alex. Maybe a couple of lock-ins. Lockdown lock-ins.
Right. Catherine?
Yeah.
You want to tell him to fuck off, or?
I've got kids present.
No, I'm only joking. But maybe because
my mum's still in the room. Language.
Oh, sorry, Jenny.
Maybe a name that tune, but on mute.
Oh yeah, we could convey it through the medium of dance.
Or just lip movements.
I had an idea years ago, and maybe I did it. I think I might have done it once on LBC. For those of you who remember years ago, we had a guy called Verinder that would call in, and I had an idea for a game where he would be listening to a song that he'd never heard before on an iPod, and he would try and sing along, and people would have to phone in and guess what song it was that he was singing. So there's something in that. But yeah, name that tune. I'll name that in 6. Yeah, there's definitely something in that. Definitely.
Yeah, I was only thinking because I didn't really have any ideas, but just that and lock-ins, and yeah, that's it from me.
I still want to do. I love the argument about doing a 60-hour show in one day.
What about a pajama party?
Yeah, but you stay over one night.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Pats? Do we want to stay over one night? Yeah, all right. We'll do a pajama party.
A pajama party, midnight feast, all that stuff.
All right, we'll do that. It's all these things are slightly harder during lockdown because of kids and all of that nonsense that goes with it. But Friday night could work.
Yeah.
All listeners in pajamas as well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Alistair, I think, sleeps in the nuddy, so I'm worried about that.
Now you've got like runs of callers now, so you can do stuff like the alphabet game and counting. And have you ever done an adamant with callers?
Yes.
Like continuous.
What? So you're different caller each time? We can do that.
Would that work? Probably won't, but
we can do that.
Get enough people in Zoom, it will, won't it?
Yeah. Adamant on Zoom. That's how we do it. Let's see.
What's that? I'm not familiar with that. What's that, guys?
Adamant is a very silly game that I made up with my friend Jenny, where you always starts with Adamant. You say Adamant, and then the next person has to come up with a group or a singer that begins with the last letter. So T. The doesn't count. So you could have. Go on, Catherine. Adamant.
Adamski.
No. What?
Oh, no.
No.
Tapau.
Tapau. All right. You two.
Two Unlimited.
Depeche Mode.
Echo Belly.
There we go. That's the game, Adamant. It's one of the greatest
I like
games.
that.
God knows why we've not got TV out of that. I love it. James and Strathen, thank you. And well done for coming merched up. Catherine.
I'm merched up, but my own merch.
We don't want your merch.
Alistair, you're the only one we've not. Oh no, Alistair and Lee are still outstanding, aren't you? Alistair, go to you first, please.
And we got Amy, and we got note taker Michael.
Is Amy still there? Hey.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm here.
Alistair. Shush.
Right.
Alistair, go on.
Basically, just one this month. I mentioned it. Sorry, I just want to say thank you to Mandy and Kate for being mods on my stream. Anyway.
Excuse me. Keep your stream business to your stream, please. This is TLNA.
Sorry.
Don't gate crash our stream.
I'm still waiting for my invitation to be a mod on your stream, Alistair.
You've seen how shit you are on our stream.
Anyway, yeah.
What the hell, Alistair? I've offered 3 times.
And you.
On with it.
Right. So the idea is that inspired by the Gregorian, that punters offer a T-shirt, a TLNA T-shirt as a prize. They pay for it, and then they set a competition so that people can win it. The idea would be that like the integrity of it is cool. Is that the money's paid into, if Iain was prepared to do it, paid into his PayPal account, so that we know the money is there to purchase the T-shirt. And then you can either do it. Obviously, you want to limit it time. But I would, for example, sing a song, in which is my best asset, as you know, and in the nightclub singer form. Do you remember that show that people sang songs in the night as night singers and stuff like that?
Stars.
But it could be a quiz or whatever,
Lovely. Yeah, I've typed it. Great suggestion, Alistair. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we stop talking about Jason Statham's shoulders? His shoulders look great.
I'm slanted. I feel like I'm on a slant today.
Oh, it's James's shoulders. I thought it was Stratham. Yeah. Your shoulder is wonky. Yes.
And look, yeah, strange.
Lee.
Hello.
Hello.
Lee, by the way, Lee is not here because he's a tier 3. He's doing this as community service. This has been ordered by the court that he comes to these meetings. That's why he's a little bit grumpy. Okay.
No. I am a tier 3. It's like a pay to win thing. You just got to pay money and you have to listen to my opinions for about 5 minutes. Right,
This is where he goes on about how Trump was robbed and white supremacy. But he's right. He gets to put this forward. We have to listen.
Well, I do think the talent show was rigged. I'm still furious about the frazzles, but whatever. I'll get over it. So, I'm a young person, right? I'm young and cool and relevant.
Sorry, my camera must be playing up.
Thank you. I've watched Twitch for years. I've always been into games, right? So I've always been watching gamers gaming, with all their slang, all the sort of words of the subculture that, because I'm young and cool, I understand. But old people.
You flexing, bro. You flexing.
Like something else.
Old people like you might not understand them. So there's a couple of things here, right? So you're still a bit different for Twitch, right? In a good way. Don't get me wrong.
To the point, we're going to get cut off in about 2 minutes.
Oh, really? I'll be quick.
Can we pardon him?
So listen. So I was thinking you could learn some of the slang for yourself. Judge Boyle vibe, maybe she could do some. Catherine could do some research and educate Iain on Twitch slang. It could help bring in a younger crowd, because right now, you get a younger crowd in and they're a little bit confused and they're like, oh, why aren't they playing Call of Duty? I don't, you know, why are they?
They
just,
don't think we're poggers enough.
They're not pog. You're not pog at all. They always feel like they've been debated.
Very OP, this suggestion.
It's full on Dan's game. Well, I don't know. It also might help some of your older crowd. You know, the sort of the old radio bods. You know, the old people with their wirelesses. It might help them to become a little bit more integrated into Twitch culture. You know, like Alistair, for example, could one day just casually be saying Monka S like in conversation. Kappa, you know, all of that. Yeah, there you go. Jim.
I feel, Lee, that you're being a bit of a sweat and you're a controller player. And I'm very tempted to keep you off this meeting.
Yeah, well, anyway, that's my idea. I just think it could be funny. I think it could
be very, very funny.
I think it could be total pog. You'd get some younger viewers in, I reckon.
Please stop talking, please. Please stop
that idea is radical.
Oh, Jenny.
Hey, Allington.
Sounds good.
Have you got any suggestions, or is yours just to come and do a dance?
No, I don't have any suggestions, but I just wanted to say thank you, because tomorrow I have a meeting about the thing that you and Catherine helped me with.
Well, Catherine, but that's brilliant. Let us know how it goes, and our fingers are crossed.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Good. You deserve a break, kid. You deserve a break, kid.
Thank
and I
you.
got my fingers crossed that tomorrow those SOBs see what you're offering them. Best of luck, kid. Fireflies.ai note taker Michael, do you have? Could be a Zoom bomb here. Would you like to say anything? You're under no obligation to.
Oh.
Okay. I look forward to seeing your notes.
Could I just come back very quickly in on Wednesday night? Could we call it, even though we don't want any in the chat, inauguration special? Maybe not.
Alistair, are you on fire there?
Prediction. Terrible thing.
Problem is, doesn't it? It doesn't fit in with the time of the show, though, does it? I'm not sure because it's during the day.
Same time, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay.
But anyway, no. I mean, it's probably a bad idea. I just thought of it. I think Ian's frozen.
Turn on. He's into Frozen. Oh, he blinked. He was playing a great game of statues. He blinked.
Okay.
Statues on Zoom.
Guys, did I freeze?
Game of statues on Zoom.
That was so weird.
That was a good freeze, though, right?
Really good.
I had to blink them. I think we are done. These are all great suggestions. These have all genuinely been typed up. And we've still got loads from last time, and we do go through them. Last month, you know, with what was going on with me and stuff, we got a little bit distracted. One thing that me and Catherine are planning to do at some point, and it'd just be boring to do, but we think it'll be a fun thing, is I kind of take notes and stuff, and when we do the quiz, we write stuff down, and I've got loads of sheets of paper, and I've kept nearly all of them, and we print this off. I've kept nearly all of them from pretty much the start of when we started in July. And we're going to, at some point, scan them all and maybe make like a book up like we did with Here's the Thing. So it'll just be like a book of all our notes and stuff. I don't know if there's enough in it to kind of warrant a book, because a lot of it is just like doodles and stuff. But that might be something that we make a little bit further down the line. It just take an afternoon of scanning all that stuff in, and there might be something in there. I don't know. So that's something that we have got in the back of our heads.
What you will have to do is, Ian, you'll have to name that fucking book.
My mum's still in the room.
Oh, sorry, Jenny.
Yeah, sorry, Jenny. How funny was? I mean, we kind of dropped our guard there because it's supposed to be a family-friendly stream. That's part of the deal we have with Twitch. But how funny was that guy was weird.
Really angry.
Yeah.
Name that effing box.
You know, he wrote in on Friday saying he was the guy and he was very drunk and.
But the
And I think
first
it's
one was
embarrassingly for me, I think he was a native of Northern Ireland, judging by his accent.
One of your kith and kin.
his first
Yeah.
call was kind of
Right,
quite
you, Paul.
interested. And then he just went, that second call was name an effing box.
Yeah.
Go on, Jim, you were going to say something, sorry.
I actually thought it was Paul.
I mean, it's true to type.
Yes, Jenny?
Mum, have you got anything to add? No, okay, just checking. She's very good with ideas.
What time's your roast, Gatford?
Well, we've got to go for a little walk and then put. So probably about 1, I would have thought.
Oh, go for your walk. Go and enjoy your
go for a
roast.
walk.
Thinking of you.
Right. See you later, guys.
Everyone, that was brilliant. Thank you so much. We genuinely enjoy these. This will go up on YouTube at some point. And we really appreciate the support and the time and you coming in. And as we always say to the mods, if you don't come in for a month, that's still cool. We're still happy to have you as a mod. You don't have to be there all the time. And I know we've said we're adding an extra hour. We don't expect you there every show. We don't expect you there for the whole show. If you come in once a month, that's great. But if at any point you feel that being a mod is too much of a responsibility, say, and we'll get rid of your sword for a little while. No, don't feel bad about that. And if you can't afford, don't think you're getting value for money being a tier 3 or being whatever, or situation changes or whatever, and you stop being a tier 3, it's all great. We really appreciate the support, even if it's just you watching, downloading the podcast, whatever it is. Thank you. It means so much to me and Catherine, because we're kind of wandering, we're whistling in the dark doing this a little bit. So to have you lot is lovely. So thank you.
We appreciate you.
Yep.
We appreciate you.
Love you guys.
Catherine, do you want to say anything before we end this?
It's been another one of those where the time has flown and there's been so many brilliant ideas and I can't wait to make, loads of these happen. They're so good. And it helps us to sort of, it helps us to know that we're kind of going in the right direction for you. So thank you, because we need you guys. You're brilliant. Thank you so much.
Enjoy your Sundays. I'm going to go and watch a film. Then I might play a bit of Call of Duty later on if anybody is around and wants to join.
Yes. Hey, I've got it now.
Yes. And see you all later. See you later. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye, Jenny. Bye-bye.